Hi, this is Joshua from the Funko Funhouse Collectibles Emporium Group. I'm an admin of and a pop collector from the pop community. I'm telling you my story about my 2018 Comic-Con experience, and the reason I'm telling you about this is because I want to talk a little tonight about kindness, human dignity, and treating somebody with respect. I had gotten a hotel room back in December as a reservation in the Gaslamp district and found out that that hotel had changed over ownership in February, and when you go to Comic-Con you have to have a place to stay. Well, at that point in February I started to look at other options of places to stay, and I didn't have one, and so I realized that I was probably going to be living in my car, which I had never done before. And so I went ahead and contacted a group that I had recently joined called Funko Popplosion, and the head admin at that time, this was about 7 days before Comic-Con, had said to me that his son and the admin were going to be going down to San Diego Comic-Con, and they were also that admin was actually going to be getting a hotel room, and that he would get in touch with them and see if there was any options for me to stay with them. And so after being contacted by the admin back and forth, we went back and forth in communication. He said we had agreed that I would stay down there on the floor in their hotel in a sleeping bag, and I would that would be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at two different places. And I told him that I was on a limited budget, and he said, well, that he didn't ask me for money or anything, but I told him I would be happy to contribute to meals and pull my weight. And they both had gotten Funko Times for the Saturday and Sunday time slots at Comic-Con, and I had asked if there was any possibility if I could get a few pops for myself and help out anybody else in the community that might have not been able to go. And so initially they said it was fine, but when it came down to it, his response was, don't push it. We're already giving you a place to stay. And I basically took that as, well, that means you are going to have a place to stay, but don't ask for anything else, because he said there was a list of people. And so I took that as, well, okay. And when I went down there on Wednesday, I was down there for preview night. They weren't even showing up till Thursday, so I had gotten into the Hall H line for the panels, and I had not prepared fully for an overnight stay. I hadn't brought my sleeping bag, so on and so forth, on Wednesday. And my food was back in the car that I had brought, because I thought I was going to have a place to store it once I got to the hotel on Thursday in a refrigerator. Well, after I finished up my overnight on Wednesday, I was contacted by the head admin saying that they felt that my attitude and the way I had approached them was not conducive to me staying with them, and that they were not going to allow me to stay with them anymore. They were reneging their invitation. Well, at that point or another, I had got through the overnight at Hall H, went to the Hall H panels, and realized that now I was, even though I had my car, I was homeless. I would have to sleep in my car. I would have to shower at the gym. I would have to take care of various things that way. And so I at one point was, when the gym was not open, I was going ahead and washing my hair in the street. I had to put towels in my car windows. My food at one point or another completely just spoiled. And if I hadn't had my car, I probably would have been homeless, living in a park or doing something like that. So the fact is, why I bring all this up is because it's about human kindness, dignity, and not the fact that we become greedy over things that we can collect and resell because it's plastic. Plastic doesn't overshadow treating somebody with being kind, human dignity, treating somebody with respect, treating somebody and not bullying them, not doing anything that would allow that person to feel that they are lower than everybody else. And that's what was done to me directly. So what appears to be on the outside is something that's nice, and a group that Funko Popplosion stresses kindness, humility, being a family, being nice to their members, doing things for people. That's not what they are about. And I'm not going to call out the people by name who did this. After they watch this video, they'll know exactly who they are. But I will say this, don't ever take the kindness of strangers to heart, because people that appear one way are not what they seem. And so I will say I did have a good time at Comic-Con. I did get to go to the Conan show. I did find a really nice family who helped me out to do a trade for Pops, and I did do some other nice things. But all in all, I brought this entire video to you guys tonight because I want to stress that the Pop community is about helping. We're not about bullying. We're not about treating people with disrespect. We're not about doing things that make people feel bad about themselves. We are not about that. Plastic does not overrun who we are as human beings, and we should never be that way. So I really, really appreciate your time to listen to my story, and I hope if this strikes a chord in you that you will share this with other people in the community, because I would hate for this to happen to anybody else. And it was very humbling, but at the same time, I will go back to Comic-Con next year, and I will have a great time, and I will remember this experience for what it was. But I hope, if anything came out of what I'm saying, that you see this as treating somebody with humility, respect, kindness, and dignity overshadows the collecting of what we do and why we love to do it in the first place. Anyway, have a good night.